ripped to death by a pack of coyotes, pierced in the chest by a stingray, or mauled to death by an orca during a show? These sound bizarre, like scenes from your worst animal nightmare. But for some, these terrifying encounters became their final moments. Brace yourself as we uncover the chilling stories of famous people who died in animal attacks. Part 1. Tamayo Perry wasn't just a surfer. He was a legend in Oahu, known for taming the world's fiercest waves and even gracing the big screen in Pirates of the Caribbean. With his easy smile and magnetic energy, Tamayo embodied the spirit of Hawaii. But on a quiet Sunday afternoon on June 23, 2024, the ocean he loved turned deadly. While surfing off Malekahana Beach, 49-year-old Tamayo was attacked by a shark. The waters that had carried him through life became the backdrop for his final ride. Lifeguards, his own colleagues, rushed to the scene, but it was too late. The waves whispered the story of his last moments. Friends and family remembered Tamayo as a bright soul with an infectious laugh. His wife Amelia spoke of a man whose love for the sea was unmatched. From winning the 1999 Pipeline Master Trials to serving as a North Shore lifeguard, Tamayo lived and breathed the ocean. Yet the sea's beauty holds danger, and sometimes even the most experienced surfers don't come back. He danced with the waves, but the ocean wrote the final verse. Rest in peace. How could a simple spider bite end the life of a rising star? Darlin Morais, the 28-year-old Brazilian singer known for his vibrant performances and soulful voice, had his life cut short in the most unexpected way. Loved for blending traditional Foro music with modern beats, Darlin was on the brink of wider fame. But fate had a darker plan. It all started with a spider bite on his face at his home in Mira Norte, Brazil, on October 31, 2023. What seemed like a minor injury took a deadly turn when the bite site began to darken. Soon, Darlin experienced severe symptoms, including body fatigue. Despite seeking medical help and being initially discharged, complications from the venom proved too strong. He was readmitted to the hospital and passed away on November 6th, leaving fans heartbroken and stunned. The same venomous spider also bit his 18-year-old stepdaughter on the foot. Though she survived and remained in stable condition, Darlin's sudden death serves as a chilling reminder. Even the smallest creatures can bring the mightiest down. Darlin, who performed in a three-man band with his brother and a friend, leaves behind a legacy of music. His melody was silenced too soon, but his songs live on, echoing the vibrant spirit of Brazil's Northeast. How could a trip meant to protect wildlife end in a tragic encounter with it? Kate Chappell, a 29-year-old visual effects editor known for her work on Game of Thrones, was more than just a Hollywood talent. She was a passionate conservationist. On June 1, 2015, Kate traveled to South Africa's Lion Park near Johannesburg, hoping to capture the beauty of the animals she loved. But a moment's mistake turned fatal. While taking photos, Kate opened her window, despite warnings to keep it closed. In a flash, a lioness lunged through the opening, attacking her. The injured tour guide tried to intervene, but the wounds were too severe. Catherine died on the scene, leaving behind a legacy that included an Emmy Award for her work on Game of Thrones. Born on December 19, 1985, Kate was remembered by her family as a woman who lived a life of adventure and cared deeply about animal protection. Yet the wild remains unpredictable. In seeking to witness the majesty of lions, Catherine tragically fell victim to their untamed nature. She sought to protect nature's beauty, but it was nature's power that claimed her. What happens when the waves you master turn into waters of terror? Mathieu Schiller, a 32-year-old former French bodyboarding champion, was no stranger to the ocean's power. Known for his fearless style and smooth rides, he carved a name for himself on the waves and even founded a surfing school. But on September 19, 2011, the waters off Réunion Island, famous for their beauty and danger, claimed his life. While bodyboarding with friends near Boucan-Cano, a popular beach in Saint-Gilles, Schiller was attacked by a shark. The scene turned frantic as fellow surfers tried to help. Despite their efforts, the strong current made recovery impossible. His body was never found. Mathieu's death shocked the surfing community, marking the fourth shark attack that year and one of the most tragic events in Réunion's ongoing shark crisis. For years after, locals debated safety measures, but the ocean's risks remained. He rode the waves with mastery, but the sea's shadows took him forever. What happens when the bond between human and beast breaks in the blink of an eye? Don Brancheau, a 40-year-old seasoned trainer at SeaWorld Orlando, had spent years building trust with orcas. Known for her bright smile and deep passion for marine life, she was living her dream. But on February 24, 2010, that dream turned tragic. Tilikum, a 6-ton orca with a complex history, grabbed Dawn during a post-show interaction following a Dine with Shamu performance. In front of stunned onlookers, the killer whale dragged her underwater. Despite efforts to distract Tilikum, it took 45 minutes before he released Dawn's body. She suffered fatal injuries, including blunt force trauma and drowning. Tilikum had been involved in 2 previous deaths, but Dawn's passing triggered a worldwide conversation. Documentaries like Blackfish would later expose the darker side of marine entertainment. She dedicated her life to understanding the ocean's giants, but in the end, one reminded the world of its true nature. How could a peaceful hike turn into a fatal encounter with nature's unexpected predators? Taylor Mitchell, a rising 19-year-old Canadian folk singer, was on the cusp of a promising career. With heartfelt lyrics and a soulful voice, she had just been nominated for a Canadian Folk Music Award. But on October 27, 2009, while hiking alone in Cape Breton Highlands National Park, a rare tragedy struck. 2 coyotes, normally shy around humans, attacked her on the Skyline Trail. Fellow hikers heard her screams and called for help. Despite being airlifted to Queen Elizabeth II Health Sciences Center in Halifax, Taylor succumbed to her injuries early the next morning. Her death was the first known adult fatality by coyotes in North America. Experts were baffled. Coyotes rarely attack humans, let alone fatally. Some speculated prey-switching behavior due to environmental changes. Taylor's mother later said, "She lived with passion and wanted to connect with the world." What happens when the man who danced with danger meets the one creature he couldn't predict? Steve Irwin, the beloved crocodile hunter, was known worldwide for his fearless approach to wildlife. With his trademark khaki outfit and enthusiastic cries of "Crikey, Zrenia," Steve brought the wild into millions of homes, teaching respect for even the most dangerous animals. But on September 4, 2006, while filming Ocean's Deadliest off the coast of Port Douglas, tragedy struck. Chest deep in the waters of Bat Reef, Steve encountered a stingray. Without warning, the creature struck, delivering multiple stabs to his chest. One of the barbs pierced his heart, a freak accident so rare it stunned experts. Despite desperate efforts by his crew, Steve passed away at 44. The world mourned a man who turned fear into fascination. His family continues his legacy at Australia Zoo, reminding us of his deep love for nature. Fame and fortune couldn't shield them from nature's raw power. Pierced, bitten, mauled, these stars met their end in ways more terrifying than any script could write. It makes you wonder, when humans get too close to the wild, do we tempt fate one time too many? Which of these shocking stories struck you the hardest? Drop your thoughts in the comments. We'd love to hear from you. If you found these tales as jaw-dropping as we did, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell for more unbelievable stories. Because in the battle between man and nature, the outcome isn't always predictable. Until next time, stay curious, stay safe, and remember, the wild always wins.